I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. There's one thing I've learned about spies, is you don't fuck with them when they're trying to retire and settle down. You'll know what I'm talking about when you dive into the film Red. Red starts with our hero Frank waking up, working out, and having a typical morning by lying to Mary Louise Parker about a check he claims he never received. We get a montage of the two chatting over books and finally setting on an actual date. That night, however, everything is changed when the Fire Nation attacks. Frank places bullets inside of a frying pan after getting some of his belongings as the rest of the task force tear up the place. Sarah gets home from a shitty date to see Frank in his house, but of course she freaks the fuck out not knowing what's going on, forcing him to tape her up so she will come with him. In New Orleans, after binding Sarah to a hotel bed, Frank goes to visit his old mentor Joe, played by Morgan Freeman, and tells him what's going on. A fake cop frees Sarah, and she learns the hard way not to trust people.
Ow! Let me go, you're hurting me! Am I gonna die?
No. Just need some sleep.
I may vomit.
While trying to drive away, we see how awesome Frank can be during a shootout, and the agent sent to kill him is arrested. A stooge goes in to kill Morgan Freeman, and we head to Chinatown to talk to the murdered news reporter's mother for information. Frank figures out the clue she left him is at the library. Frank finds out the hard way that Joe is dead. The agent who wants Frank dead finds out how dangerous Frank really is.
He got old. Then some thumbsucker came along and tagged him Red.
Red?
Yeah, Red. You know, R-E-D, retired, extremely dangerous.
Oh, so that's what red stands for. I just thought it was a color.
I feel sheepish.
It's down to Florida as Frank and Sarah take a jet ski to find Marvin, played by John Malkovich, and they give him the hit list to see if he has any more information. And we see just how paranoid Marvin is when they get to Alabama as he holds up a random woman over a non-existent camera. While talking to the head of the airport, Marvin makes a discovery that almost takes their lives. While trying to escape the copter, our trio take out agent after agent until the camera woman shows back up again, and Marvin has his showdown with her.
You okay? Yeah. What are you doing?
Our trio now goes to ex-Russian secret agent Ivan Simonov and asks for help getting into CIA, and after a catch-up conversation, both Frank and Sarah infiltrate the building. They of course get in, and the record keeper, having respect for Frank, hands him the file and tells him about the guy who was also looking for his file. Frank heads straight up to Cooper's office, and the two begin duking it out. The fight goes back and forth, causing both men to get injured. Frank eventually gets away. Cooper has the entire CIA chase Frank down, but through ingenious thinking, he creates a fire and through it all managed to be fake fireman. We then learn someone we thought was dead actually isn't.
There's still something wrong with this guy's head, Frank.
Oh, Morgan Freeman, we can't stay mad at you, even if you did fake your death. Our group goes to another person from Frank's past named Victoria, who helps patch our hero up. Our group realizes that there is one name on the list that has yet to be killed, and Joe masquerades as a dictator to get closer to Alexander Dunning. The interrogation of Dunning begins.
Scum?
Can I just shoot him now?
No. You don't have people killed. I have people killed. I'm the bad guy. Remember?
You just got pimp slapped. Alex reveals that the person behind everything is none other than Vice President Robert Stanton, trying to cover up his past. At the moment, Cooper and the FBI surround the building, and our group devise a plan to get out by using Joe as a diversion. Joe is sniped, so Victoria's cover helps make the group make it out. Unfortunately, Sarah is taken and the group is saved by Ivan, who is an ex-lover of Victoria. Frank calls Cooper and warns him that if they harm Sarah in any way, he will kill Cooper's entire family. Cooper turns to Sarah for answers.
Do you know who Frank Moses is? I mean, really is? Do you know what he's done?
You're asking me for help? That is so lame.
We head to Chicago, where our group infiltrates the Vice President's gala, played by Julian McMahon.
Vice President Robert Stanton.
Thank you everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet so you actually write those checks you've been promising.
You know, I'd probably make a joke right now about Dr. Doom becoming president, but Fox would probably flag my video. Our plan hatches as Ivan sprays a spray that makes the room smell like gas as Victoria locks people in the room. Marvin and Victoria begin using a huge gun to blow apart the vice president's limo. While trying to get away, Victoria is shot by a stray bullet, and Marvin has to continue the job on his own, which includes him running at the vice president like a mad bomber. The vice president gets safely away in a limo, or so he thinks, as Frank takes out all of his guards and kidnaps the vice president. Frank calls Cooper and sets up a trade for Sarah, but things change when Dunning shows up and reveals Stanton has been a pawn the entire time. Cooper is fed up with Dunning, so as he handcuffs Frank, he slides him the key, shoots Cynthia, and Frank takes Dunning out. Our movie ends with Cooper promising to take care of the vice president problem while our group gets their lives back. Ivan reminds Frank he still owes him a favor, so we get a short clip scene from Russia.
I told you something bad was gonna happen. Keep your dress on. Moldova sucks. Moldova sucks! Next time your girlfriend can wear the dress.
This movie is good. It's filled with action, it's filled with comedy, it's filled with everything you want from a Bruce Willis film, and it happens to be based off a graphic novel. I highly suggest this film, way more than the sequel, but other than that, check the movie out. I'm your superhero critic. I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.